Welcome to Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big hello to all you new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and joining us up in here. So, we finished up the little cutie. It's a cutie. The little cutie 15 Honda box and milk crate motor. Is what I'm going to call it, because that's what it was. But it's got electric start, it's got pull start, it's got rectifier, it pees good, shifts good, and seems to run okay. So that's all I'm going to do to that one. Maybe a little, well, I'm going to do some cleaning and a little more lubing on it, but that's about all I'm going to do to that. So we got that one ready to go. So now what I need. So I'm ready to bring something else in here, and I've got several ideas on what I want to bring in next, but I thought about it and I said, well, I'm going to talk to you guys and see what you think I should bring in here. And so I'm going to take you out, and this is kind of for some of the old people who've subbed probably in the last year and a half. You may have not have seen my collection out there, if you will, whatever you want to call it, my bone pile and different piles. But I'm going to print out a couple of engines that I think would be good candidates to get in here and get squared away so that I can flip them this spring. And so we're going to do that. I'm going to take you out for a little tour around the shop outside, being that it's not raining, snowing, or blowing 45 knots one way or another. And we'll look at some of these canto dates, and we'll see what you think I should bring in here. And probably the more comments I get on one particular motor or the other, it'll be the one that ends up in here. So that's where I'm thinking, and at the same time, I'm just going to show you just how much I got. And I wasn't able to show it all due to some lighting issues. Hang on, I think somebody's knocking on my door or something. Okay, I had a fella want to know if I could work on his chainsaw. Nice, Husqvarna, 32-inch blade. Said he just got it out of the dumpster. He said, it was turning over and it even tried to start, but when I give it gas, it just bogged and died. I said, do that for me. He did that. I said, okay. I reached up to his brake, his kickback brake, and went pop. I said, do it again. No. Wham, 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 wham. Ran perfect. The kickback brake was broke, or it was missing half the top part, and it somehow he had got the brake on. Took the brake off. Somebody threw it in the dumpster because of that reason. I should have filmed it for you. Oh well. But yeah, nice Husqvarna. The day and age we live in, folks. So anyway, I helped him out real quick. Heck, I done forgot where I was. But anyway, I'm going to give you a good round robin out there, and we'll look at some stuff, and I'll show you a couple other things I don't know if I've ever put on the videos before, but I want you guys to look at these outboards and the projects I'm thinking, what I'll bring in here next, and we'll see how the video ends up, and we will go from there. Let's get at it.
Okay, here's the front of the house. And look at, looking from the front, kind of straight on, that's what you'd see. But if you look over here, this is my outboard for sale. This is my outboard kind of display rack. They need washing. They get washed every spring to get the old winter mold off of them. But that's a couple of 62, 63 18s. and a 140 Archimedes Penta, also known as a Volvo. And I got a little 7 1/2 horse that I did up. And then the rest of these, for the most part, are outboards that are pretty much ready for sale. Now, if you look over there, across the way, you'll see another rack. Those all need repair, except for the 50 jet. Mercury 50 jet. That one runs fine. But this is how it gets in the winter. The yard looks really bad from all the blowdown and stuff, you know, and the moss. And of course the bushes lose, the berry bushes lose all their leaves, and so does the plum tree and the apple tree, and then mold gets all over everything. If you look at my moose rack up under the porch and the flag there, it's got green all over it. I get this moss stuff, I spray on it, and then I just rinse it off. And those ones you see there with the bonnets, the fuck's with that thing? Those ones you see there with the bonnets that are all kitty-wonked, that's my British seagulls. I got 2 of them under there. And I've got a total of 4 of those. There's 2 right there. And I got, I guess, 2 in the shop. So that's what those are. The Yamaha there that don't have a pull cord sticking out, there's no power head under there. I gotta find one for it. Oh, there's 2 British seagulls right there. You can tell they're tillers. And then one right over there, the big long one. And then I got one in the shop. So, and then I'll show you the ones over here. And there's my Taco Mama. There's my boats. And the old Danger Ranger. And believe it, as ugly as that thing is, it still runs. And there's my welded aluminum skiff. And my bay runner. Sorry. And you can see my bay runner, my welded skiff. I haven't used it in 2 years. It looks bad. Got to unplug the drain hole. Oh, and here's a bunch of Yamaha junkers. My old junk trailer that I need to probably get rid of. Scrap steel, scrap aluminum. Extra set of boat rails, and that little weird boat, I got that out of the local landfill. Thought it was kind of cool. It'd actually make a good little dinghy for anchoring just off the beaches around here, and then after you do that, row to the beach with that. It's got those nice boards that stick down, so that would make it pretty stable, I think, for getting out of the, say, this skiff and anchoring this skiff, you know, just 25 yards off the beach, and then paddle right over to the beach with that guy. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna. And then I got some extra tires and extra plow for my little mini bulldozer. And such as that. That's how I'm keeping my riding lawnmower. I got my dinghy as a cover for it. And so far, the wind hasn't blown the little dinghy off. But that's where I decided to keep it. Seems like it's doing pretty good. Okay, here's where you guys come in. Take a good look at this little Mercury 8-horse. This is one of these tiller shifts, which I don't like the tiller shift. I like to be able to rev my motor when it's cold, and you can't do that with these. You can increase the RPMs a little bit with a knob, but that's normally not enough. I like to rev my motor until it's a little bit warmed up and then put it in gear. I've done a mod on my channel with a 15 of this version, I think it was, and I did that mod. So that's one I could take in and get on. It does turn over, feels like it's got decent compression. So I want you to consider that one. Now, another one I thought about, I've actually got two of them. I got this one here, this Yamaha 9, and then I've got that Yamaha 9.9. One's got a regular propeller prop on it, and the other one's got the old high thrust prop on it. The problem with both of these, they both turn over, and I do believe they would both probably run. Both of them have this issue. See that tiller's gone? It's broke off. If you look at this one, it's just hanging there. Same thing. Quite common on this year-ish. But I have all kind of tillers around here, including a handful of, they were generic aftermarket tillers that you could put on engines. And I was thinking I could take one of these in as the next project and see if we can't come up with something for an adequate replacement to those busted off tillers. Both 4-stroke, both 9.9s. Then I've got this little 8 Johnson. I don't remember the issues with it. Then I got a little 4.5. I just remember it pulled over, it turned over, but it has a broken recoil on it. So there's some options there. What do you think? Mercury 8, 9.9 Yamaha 4-strokes with busted tillers. Then I got this beautiful 30 Johnson, but I think all it's going to need is a carb cleaner. It'll probably be ready to go. Let me show you some other stuff. This is my main bone pile. You go, that ain't a lot of motors, man. No? You see those two big piles of parts? Those are two big fishing totes completely topped off, two of them, with nothing but parts. So, that's still not a whole lot. Oh, wait. Oh, what we got over here? Yeah. And it goes way back in there. And there's my little bulldozer sitting out in the rain, getting all rusty. I might try in between now and the spring, get that in there and scrape on it a little bit and throw some paint on it. There's my old shaft-driven 3-wheeler, believe it or not. Just this past summer, I was driving around on this thing. And it still runs fine, I just never finished it. Might pull that in the shop, I don't know. Got a little 2-horse back there, Johnson, I could do. Got a 4-stroke Tohatsu that's been sitting forever, I could do. That 15 Yamaha, I don't even remember the issues. But this is my main parts pile. Well, one of my main parts piles. Bone piles. Now in my connexes over here, I've got a lot of stuff too. In fact, so much stuff right now you can hardly get in it. I'll try and film it, but I don't know. Same with this one over here, my other conex. They're loaded. But they're pretty much so loaded you can't hardly get in them. And the lighting's not really good in there. Here's the DT25 we finished up about 4 or 5 videos ago. Never did find any paint for it that matched it or anything. Still looking. I hope to get it all cleaned up and everything before the summer, so I can sell it if I want. Here's the little 8 horsepower Evinrude that Johnson that we finished up about 3 videos ago. Fred said, I'm miserable. It's been raining. All it ever do is rain. I'm just miserable. I can't stand it. I want to go inside. Nope. You're a weather frog, Fred. You sit on the porch. If you're wet, it's raining. If you're white, it's snowing. If you got glare coming off your bling and your sunglasses, it's sunny. Do your job. Suck it up. Fred. All right. This is under the porch. Now, keep in mind from the front of the road, you can't see this. I've got it blocked off. I'll show you that again. But there's outboards. I'll take a shot from the other side, too. Lawnmowers, and then a whole nother rack of smaller outboards I keep under here. Whole bunch of stuff under there. Parts is parts. Pots is the pots. Now see, here's the front of the house. So you can't really see all those engines behind that. I've got that lattice and then some boards, T111 or whatever it's called, that I painted green. And I used to have a piece that goes there to cover those bonnets. I need to get it back. Don't remember what I did with it. I'm sure it's just laying right around there. But something else I don't think I've ever showed you guys. There's my pathetic plum tree that's never ever produced a plum. Paid $153 for that. This is my pathetic apple tree that has produced apples a couple different years, but the problem I'm having with it is the deer. They come and they eat everything. But here's a shot from the other side of the porch. Yeah, there's some outboards under there. I know the lighting's poor. I don't have any lighting under there, so. But I got some of everything under there. Same here. See, if I wanted to do that little Mercury 8 up there, right there, that little 9.9 would have a lot of parts that fit on it. So, and then there's my lawnmower stash. There's my other 3-wheeler. You can barely see it probably in there. Yeah. Something I don't think I've ever shown it on film. But I think I'll show you now. Now, a lot of times when I'm digging around in these old dumpsters, I apologize for my rude neighbor over there and his dog. Yeah. But a lot of times when I'm digging around these old dumpsters and stuff like that, I find copper. So, this is my copper stash. You really can't see it from the road unless you're really looking hard. So that's my copper stash. I keep a bunch of old drive shafts in that bucket. It's kind of buried behind the copper, but the stainless steel drive shafts, I keep them. They have all kind of uses. I mean, all kind of uses. But this is my copper stash. few years back, probably been over 10 years now, I sent a batch about this size down to Seattle, and I got a check in the mail for $1,600. So I'm about at the same point with this load. So I should probably be sending it off soon. The Spirit outboard. I got a full video or two probably of me doing this outboard. Yeah, the Spirit Arctic. This is another one I want to get to. It's got a busted tiller, so what do you think about that one? We could do the tiller on this little 9.9 Evinrude too. It's a clean little motor. So I want to get it ready for before the spring so I can sell it. And all of these little outboards, they get this old mold during the winter, and I have no choice but to come out here and clean them up. Guy dropped me off this Volvo Penta. Haven't touched it, don't know what it pulls over, that's all I know. Yamaha 15 needs a new fuel pump rebuild. The little Yamaha 4 is good to go. Runs really well. So, I need to do some cleaning up right around the garage here, but at least that's what Fret says over there. But other than that, I got to get on my buddy's pressure washer. But so that's a picture of most of my bone pile. I looked in the conics, and my lights, when they get wet, they won't come on. It's got one of those, I don't know what you call them. It's the kind of outlet that you have around your sink and stuff. So anywhere there's water or moisture, it kicks off. Every time I push the little button in, it pops right back out. So I couldn't film that. But anyway, believe it or not, this is the calm before the storm. We got supposedly around 60-70 miles an hour wind coming and rain. And they said, I just read in the paper, this December has been the second rainiest month on Kodiak since they started keeping records in, I think, 59. That would be when we became a state. Yeah, so this is the calm before the storm. But she's a-coming. There's two of them out there, actually. Two big storms coming. So it's fixing to get nasty up in here. Yeah. But I thought at least it ain't raining right yet. It's gonna be in any minute. And maybe I'll film some of that during the storm. Whoa. Okay, so there's just a quick little around the shop tour. Let you newer folks look at some of what I got that you've probably never seen before. My bone piles and stuff like that. And so I thought you just might find that interesting. And then here, when the weather dries out a little bit, I'll do another video. On one of my videos, I'll open my connexes up, my parts connexes out there, and let you look in there and show you all the stuff I got in there. And it's a lot. So anyway, that's my whole area out there, and I'm telling you, you just wouldn't believe, as soon as the weather starts getting a little bit better. I mean, you know, as soon as the weather, we get a few of those spring days where the sun pops out and stuff, you won't believe what shows up here.
And if you go back and watch some of my past videos, you will see where I take my trucks and trailers and I throw away tons of outboard scrap. I part them out as best I can, and then I just throw tons of it away out to the scrap heap. I have no choice. I get that much of it. And they'll start coming in here in about a month. I'll get lawnmowers, weed eaters, outboards, and some of them are great candidates. I mean, once in a while, I'll have somebody pull in here with something vintage, and I really, you know, boom, 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 boom. I'll get that. It ain't often, and it seems like it's getting, you know, as the years goes by, it's fewer and fewer, but it does happen once in a while. And I've got one particular engine that I had just been waiting for it to come in here. And I can't believe it's been, as long as I've been doing this, I've never had this 2-year engine. I want the Evinrude 10 horse 59 or 60. That with the square top on it. I've been waiting for somebody to bring me one of those in here. And I have never seen one. And I've been doing this for about 25 years, and I have never seen one of those 5960 square bonnet Evinrude motors come in here. And I've been wanting one of them for years. And I got an older 10 horse with the aluminum curved bonnet, you know, that has the sides that flip up and all that. I've got that, but I've always wanted a 59 or 60, preferably a 60. That's the year I was born. And that's my born on date. You understand? But never have had that one come in yet, but you never know. Never say never. So that is where I'm going for my next video. I want your help. And as long as I'm begging for help, how about hitting that like and give me a comment? It would help my channel. I would love it so much if a bunch of my subs would do that for me. Mean a lot in the year of 2025 of our Lord. Yeah, do that for me. So anyway, that's going to be a wrap on this one. And you know, I don't know that there was a hack in there. Maybe how not to collect so many outboards. Maybe how not to store an outboard. Maybe how not to store a riding lawnmower. That could be a hack. But either way, that's going to be a wrap on this one. I thank you for watching, and that is one more hack from Kodiak. Thanks for watching. More vids are coming on Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass.